exploitation of 35,000 children in Kilwazi is heartbreaking. It's heart-wrenching. He shows pictures and tells stories, and nobody has been there on the ground more than him that I'm aware of these cobalt mines using broomsticks, these kids 4 years old, as young as 4 years old, using broomsticks and primitive tools to handle toxic cobalt. Why? Because they get $1 a day? So, with this perfect fraud storm environment, what do you have? You have fraud at an all-time high. Social media, investment fraud. Now watch this, folks. You got things, and we did a little research, our team. You got returns of 1,000% a year being offered, 100% a month, 2 to 6% a day. Now listen, if I could generate returns of 2 to 6% a day, what do I need your money for? If I can make 1,000% a year with my bot trading, that's right, Forex or cryptocurrencies, I wouldn't tell anyone, including the IRS. I'm just kidding to all those CID guys. It was just a joke. I wouldn't tell anyone. I would just keep it moving and make the money. But no, these crooks want to sell you their system because, well, they're just nice guys and they need your $229. It's all a fraud, folks, and one of the reasons we do this show. Back in 2018, 2019, there was a company called Celadon Logistics. $60 million fraud, they say. It was a trucking company, and they were inflating the value of their trucks, and the SEC sued them for accounting fraud. And Meek and Peevler, the gentlemen who ran the company, were even indicted by the feds for a white-collar crime because this trucking company went under, and it was a $60 million fraud. And then the unthinkable happened. Out of nowhere, without explanation, the United States Attorney's Office did something that me and all the people I ever served time with could only dream would happen to them, but never did. The U.S. Attorney, without explanation, dropped the criminal charges against Mr. Meek and Peevler without explanation. No one went to jail. The SEC had established that they had lied, the company, inflating their assets. Do you know one of the most popular investment opportunities is the movies? Everybody wants to be an executive producer. Such a deal. And the promoters, who are not so honest, are quick to promise the world in these investment opportunities in movies. And they're quick to say this movie cost $10 million and this movie brought in $200 million gross. And look at the potential earnings. Now give me $5 million. And you're going to get a great return. Sadly, many of these movie investment opportunities turn out tragic. The one common denominator in all the frauds I've ever uncovered is having Dave Pellegrinelli as my investigator, and I get more credit than I deserve because of his great work. Dave, good to have you with us. Glad to
here. Yeah, you bring up some great subjects, and having you kind of at the forefront is good to try to keep victims from losing more than they already are.
One of the cases that just came up in the crowdfunding sector is Nightingale. $63 million investors lost. Tell us a little bit about that case and your concerns.
Yeah, like, all the other consumer facing frauds, there's a lot of imputed credibility when these companies use these crowdfunding platforms. Many times the investor is looking at the platform to kind of suggest credibility, and it eliminates all of the vetting and due diligence that normally are done when something is a regulated security or registered security.
And that's all the time we have today. So glad you could join us. And remember, it ain't over. Don't believe the haters. You can overcome no matter what you've done. I'm pulling for you. We're pulling for you. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.